Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over how to complete the Doomsday heist finale, the Doomsday scenario. This is known to be one of the hardest heists. Well, I don't think so. Anyway, let's get on with it. So I'm going to start with the weapons, starting with using the military rifle, carbon rifle. So that's just my personal preference. The next weapon you're going to need is you're going to need the minigun, and you're going to need the rocket launcher, and you're also going to need the grenade launcher for a strategy I'm going to show you very soon. With the minigun, I would honestly prefer you guys get the minigun, so you guys are going to need to be level 120 at least to get the minigun. But yeah, I would recommend you get the minigun because it shoots at a straight line versus the Widowmaker, which the bullets feel a little more spread out. Since I don't want this video to be 100 minutes long, I'm going to go over the most important parts versus going over all extra little details. So for the sake of this video, we're going to use the Finialy, but at the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to do it with the barrage as well, just so you guys get everything you need to know. So I guess let's head over to the silo. I don't think I need to tell you how to pick a vehicle out, because we're picking the Finialy first, then the barrage. Alright, let's get over to the silo now. Okay guys, so we made it into the silo. This part's pretty easy. All you just have to do is just shoot all the enemies. I usually like to have a little challenge where I try to use the minigun, and I try to shoot as many enemies as I can before the other guy shoots them, you know? I always think that's a little bit of fun to do, so if you guys want to try that, go ahead. Okay, so you've made it to the end. The next thing you do is grab your grenade launcher and use this strategy called scatter bomb. Just what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to be just shooting random at complete random, and it usually takes out most of the guards. You might have to take out a couple extra, but that's totally fine. But yeah, basically that's the strategy there. Like I said, use the upper analyzer, Widowmaker, anything you want to use as your main gun. Now, the main goal with this heist, the only thing I could really suggest you do is stick together no matter what. Stick together like glue, because you don't want to lose each other even for a split second. So here we go, we're going to use the minigun, and like I said, I obviously prefer the minigun over the Widowmaker because it shoots in a straight line. But yeah, take out the juggernauts with them. Basically, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take out 2 of Clifford's boxes, and then you want to go back the way you came to go through the other tunnel, and it'll all make sense in a second, but let me just show you what I mean. So you make it to this point, which is like at the end of the first one. You can usually destroy the crates from there, but there's still one more crate you need to take out in this room, but I would suggest you go back the way you came and go take out the other boxes where you can find them. They're usually pretty easy to find. So now, like as you can see here clearly, me and my friend are both here. We're both sticking together for this heist part. Because when you stick together, there's going to be some people coming from behind you, and there's going to be people coming from in front of you. Here's a good example of someone coming from behind. You can see I just turned around, I want to go back, and I'm going to try and take out that target as best as I can, because the target always comes from behind. So yeah, just be on the lookout, keep an eye on that map as well. You want to keep an eye on that map for anyone that comes from behind you. So you get to this part right around this corner here. This is where you were before, and this is where you can also find that second to last crate. There's also another crate a short distance ahead, but once you've taken out this crate, you can go back and take out that other crate, and it is important that you go back out this door here as well, because if you don't, the juggernauts at the end will move, and it will make it a little bit harder to shoot the enemies. I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that in a second, but first let's go take out the box, the last box that you need to. It should be just around this corner here. Now you've taken out all the boxes in this room, you've still got one more box to take out, and it's actually pretty damn close to you. So walk up to here and you should be able to find it, but there might be a couple guards in the way also. I almost forgot to mention there might be a couple guards in your way, but this is the last crate right here. Take it out and just keep walking forward and you will find the last two juggernauts that you need to take out. I'm going to show you a very easy trick to do. Now you see that these guys here, you could just use a sniper rifle to take it out, and strange enough sometimes you can even do it stealthy if you want. If you had a suppressor on a sniper, it could work pretty well. Okay, anyway, this is where you got to take out those juggernauts pretty easily. So you can just hide behind this corner and you shouldn't get shot at all. Have your friend also hide with you so he doesn't get shot too, so it's a little bit easier. As you can clearly see, I'm getting some decent shots on those juggernauts, and I took them out. Now there's also a point in time in this heist where you're going to need to actually use a rocket launcher. But before we do that, we've got to take the rest of these guards out. When you walk past this area, there's going to be two guards that you're going to need to take out. So don't think you're safe when you're around this corner, because there is a couple of guards you need to take out, but luckily it's only two, so you should be fine. The way you can do it is hiding behind this pillar to shoot the guards. So this is the part where you're going to need to use the rocket launcher. Try to aim for this corner right here. It should take out two of the guards, and then you only have to take out like maybe two more guards, and then you can move on to the next checkpoint. Two ways you could do it: just use a regular gun, or you can use a rocket launcher. So you've made it to this point in the heist. This is basically where your first checkpoint is. So if you die here, it doesn't matter, you can always just respawn here. Now, if you've noticed throughout this whole thing, I haven't actually used any snacks, armor, or things. So this guide is kind of legit. So what you're going to do here is you're going to just basically just shoot all the enemies. I can't really explain much about it. Oh, except for this part. If you wanted to take out the guy up here, you could use the up randomizer and then just shoot the guy when he falls down. Another way you can do it is just use sticky bombs. That's another way to do it. But you want to come around this corner also here, because this is where the closest way is to the first hack. And I will show you also how to do all the hacks. I might even just put up like a montage or something showing you guys all the hacks as well. So yeah, another thing I can also, another tip I can also give: make sure your defense is actually good. Okay, you don't want to be doing this with a lowish level, or someone who doesn't have much health and stuff. Someone who's not very good at defending themselves as well as defending you. You want someone that's going to be able to do everything. Okay, so another tip I can give here with this is make sure you have someone looking out from behind you and someone looking from in front of you, kind of like how you got through the nuclear silo. This is kind of like how you can complete this part of the mission too. Another thing is, I would also suggest like you wait for the other person to catch up to you, so you can both work to kind of together to try and, you know, take out all the guards, try and protect them. As you can see here, I'm basically just shooting all these guards to wait for my teammate to come over to me, because it's, well, let's face it, it's kind of important to have your teammate with you because you need someone to defend you, right? So make sure you wait for your teammate before you start the hack. And another thing I can also say is you don't get shot while you're in the hack, but when you get out of the hack you start getting shot. So just be careful on when you get out. Have your friend tell you when it's safe to come out. And that also brings me to my next point. It's probably best to have someone talking to you during this whole thing. But if you don't have anyone to talk about, just go through the whole thing. Use your snacks, use your armor, be quick with it, and you should be fine. About the long period of quietness, I just don't want to risk getting copyrighted anyway. So basically after all that, all the enemies should stop spawning and you just have to finish off whoever's left there. Usually isn't a whole lot, but there's also this one that's pretty good for the next part, so let's, I guess, skip to it right now. Okay, see that purple area right there? That's where the next checkpoint is going to be, but you want to remember that for the next part. So I would suggest there's a staircase that goes on every side of the map. You want to make sure you go up on the one on the purple side so you can get to the next checkpoint really quickly. So next what we're going to be doing is taking out Clifford. I'm just going to speed through this. This one's pretty easy. You don't have to worry about this too much. I will give out one more tip though. When you finish taking out Clifford, do not jump off the edge. You will straight up die and you will have to do all those hacks again. So you made it to this part. This part's on the top floor and I'm going to give away one tip with this. So when you're doing this, have one person go for C and D and the other person goes for A and B. This will just make it easier for people to know which one to take out. And if I were you guys, if you guys are the host, I honestly would recommend this. I do this all the time. The host takes out A and B, the guest takes in C and D. Because if you get the A and B, you could go to the next checkpoint, or at least get ready to the next checkpoint, so you can have that checkpoint automatically done. Okay, so you've taken down your 2 notes. The next thing you're going to do is we'll just go down to the next checkpoint. I'm going to show you where this is right now. It's just around this corner here. One way you can do this is just jump off the edge. You won't die there, obviously, but the point is, this is the door that you need to walk through to get to the next checkpoint. So just wait for your friend to finish taking out those 2 enemies and then you walk through that door straight away. Another door you can walk through is this yellow one here. I should have said this at the start, but make sure you use this area, because if you shoot these crates here, you can get some health and armor and snacks and stuff like that. Well, not snacks, but you can get health and armor. It'll make things a little bit easier for you guys. I don't know if it's going to be useful, but just point out that there is stuff in there that you can grab. So your friend has taken out the target. All you're going to do now is just walk right through the door and now you've got your next checkpoint. You no longer have to do the hacks. You are all good here. From this point, it's pretty simple. Just go through the corridors and stuff like that. You could use Scatterbomb, but it is a little risky, so I would not recommend it really. So just shoot your way through. That's all I can say really. So these crates are different. They actually are explosive, so either shoot them, but don't be close because you will die, or don't shoot them at all.
A wave of tsunamis! I cannot be stopped! Clifford cannot be stopped! Get in those silly jetpacks and chase that little snot!
You know what I find strange? Like, why couldn't we have just shot him there while he was talking? Seriously. He's an idiot.
Much to explain here, just take out Avon. Usually it takes 3 or 4 rockets and you should be good. Just take it to the observatory after you've taken out Avon and then you should be good. Alright, go to the observatory and then you've basically completed the heist. Now, I think it's about time we show you guys how to complete this heist with the barrage. So, I'm going to move on to that part as soon as we deliver the thrusters. Okay, so with the barrage method, I'm going to show you how to do this pretty easily. So first thing first, you're going to have someone on the back of the car, not the front, because you have a grenade launcher at the back and you have a minigun at the front. If you use the grenade launcher, you can still blow up cars. Let me show you what we're going to do next. So the moment you get in, you're going to go backwards. You're going to start driving in reverse, and this should make it a little bit easier for the, I guess you could say the explosivist to explode all the cars and stuff like that. So, I guess what I can say is it's pretty hard to drive going backwards. Like, you got to be a pretty good driver to drive backwards throughout this entire tunnel. What you're going to do next is you're going to just park the vehicle a little bit behind the thing and just get out of the vehicle and use your miniguns. I mean, that's all I could really, that's the best way I could explain it possible. So get your minigun, use any minigun you want, whether it's the Unholy Hell, the Widowmaker or the minigun, just shoot all the enemies. There's only 4. So another thing I can also say, maybe, is if you are low on health, maybe go back and let your friend take out the rest, or take out a couple, and if he's low on health, you go back up. Another way you could do it is maybe keep your snacks on you, like on that screen where you could have your snacks on you, and just keep refilling the moment you lose your health, so you can keep just restocking up. But yeah, that's basically all you need to know here. Everything else is basically the same.